Betty Katabira is a mother of 2 boys. Ronald Kamia, her youngest son, was diagnosed with spina bifida and hydrocephalus at birth. This condition does not enable him to control his urine and sometimes even his stool. Although Kamia's condition was detected early, his mother did not have enough money to seek proper treatment in time. The disease has so far crippled Kamia's lower body. In Uganda today, the Universal Primary Education Policy offers free education for all primary school-going children. This has led to an increased number of children enrolling for their first primary class. The policy is all-inclusive in nature and requires that all children, including those with disabilities, attain an education. Despite Kamia's medical condition, Betty strongly believes in education for her son. This is why she pushes his wheelchair through muddy roads every day to the nearest primary school just to take advantage of the free universal primary education.
When government was creating up more rooms, classrooms for children with, for all children, the structural designs were made in such a way that it catered for disability.
But not in this school. The structure does not allow mobility for a child in a wheelchair. Kamia's mother has to struggle just to get him in class. And after she leaves, whoever takes over is only a matter of courtesy. Unlike other UPE schools, when every child has reported,
classes are too large, 100 children, and then you have a disabled child sitting in that class. Because in Uganda now we have this policy of inclusive education, that disabled children should learn alongside their non-disabled peers. It really means going to the same schools and when necessary sitting in the same class with their non-disabled peers.
Kamia struggles to learn at the pace of his classmates. However, it takes him longer to understand things in class than other children. His teacher tries to make him catch up, but she's just not qualified to teach a child with Kamia's disability.
There are those themselves who think children with disability should be put in a separate environment. And yet by the end of the day, you expect them to be in the same environment where you are staying. So you have that negative, which disadvantages them from being together with you.
All-inclusive education system may help a child socialize in society. But what about the actual learning? Betty takes Joseph Katabira, Kamia's older brother, to a special school. Joseph has the same medical condition as his brother Kamia. Although he got treatment for the disease, he's not yet fully recovered. Like other parents who have children with special needs, Betty prefers this special school for the handicapped rather than Kamia's regular school. She wishes Kamia would study here too, but she cannot afford school fees for both. This is because although this is a government primary school and should be free of charge, parents have to pay an extra fee to cater for the special needs education. In this special school, all children have one disability or another. With a special setting, the children are able to express themselves freely without feeling different. The school also manages to provide a few specialized teachers and facilities that enable a child to actually learn. A special school shelters disabled children from society's ridicule, at least long enough for them to be independent. At Ntinda School for the Deaf, the children have learnt their special language that enables them to communicate. Children can really socialize and have fun together. This helps them accept themselves and build courage to face the rest of the world. However, not in Kamia's school. He's always the odd one out.
Reviewing the curriculum in the lower primary, and we have a complete task force that is actually looking at the curriculum. So we expect things like the teaching of Braille and the teaching of sign language to be catered for in the reviewing of the curriculum.
But while the review goes on, the few special schools have made an initiative to include unique teaching methods in their system. This is because the current curriculum emphasizes only academic subjects, other than a balance between theory and livelihood skills.
Here what we do, we train children activities of daily living. Some children always are brought here when they are not toilet trained, when they don't know how to brush, to wash their faces. General cleaning, let me say. So we start from there. We set a program for the child according to the child's ability.
The aim is to bring out special talents hidden in the children. This can only be done by a specialized, trained teacher who gives maximum attention to every child as an individual. Special schools have also realized that practical vocational skills have to be introduced early at a primary level as a safety precaution for their future. It is a desert of employment opportunities out there. This is even worse for disabled persons who sometimes drop out at primary 7 level for various reasons. It is therefore only logical that the curriculum is such that it empowers these children with skills that can make them self-employed rather than job seekers. Special schools available have to face major challenges too. The few dormitories available are really congested. Infrastructure is poor and gets worse during the rainy season. Even where special toilets are available, sanitation is pathetic. This is because the limited funds provided in the UPE scheme, plus what parents are able to pay, is not enough to cater for proper maintenance of the school. Government therefore needs to find a way to include the needs of disabled children in the budget in a more realistic way. There are so many disabled children in Uganda who have no access to education. John Kasasari is one of them. His parents left him with his grandmother, Yurita Mpaji. She says she cannot take him to school because it is too far. Like many other children with disabilities, nobody even knows he exists because he's always home with his grandmother. But how can government plan for children like Kasasa when they have no idea where to find them, who they are, and even how many they really are?
Many times mothers will say, yeah, a child should go to school, but parents, the fathers will decide this child is not going to school because he's disabled. I'm not going to waste my money on this child.
According to the Children's Act, Article 59 of the Ugandan Constitution, LCs are supposed to register children with disabilities in their localities. But are these statistics really there? This is why Betty Katabira urges parents to take responsibility for their special children personally.
Because it is their parents who have to do this. If they don't try, the government can't go in their homes looking for these children. It is very difficult. Unless you, a parent, put in your effort and do your best, that's when the government can help you.
Education is a right to every child, and when a parent decides to neglect their responsibility of taking children to school, government needs to enforce the law that charges them with a responsibility to do so, even if it involves punitive measures. However, this would not be necessary if
Sensitization be done right from family level, community level, school level, district education authorities, and even at national level, so that we begin to consider the needs of disabled children.
education is a priceless gift any society can give to its young generation. We need to understand that every child has to grow up one day and pick up a role in nation building. Even disabled children have goals in life.
Njagala kusomesa n'abaana nabo bayige.